So my name is Tess and I am 9 years old. I have a sister called Zoe. She's 11 years old. Me and Zoe are very close, more closer than all of the other sisters and siblings I know.
The love that they have for each other is second to none. Zoe will often tell me that she loves Tess the most. And, you know, that's brilliant.
She's really close to me. She's not like anybody else. And she's my favourite person who's not my mum and dad. Normally I will wake up around 6ish and I'll come up and say, Zoe, time to get up. Morning. Want to go with Mum? Yes. I will say, do you need to go to the toilet? And she'll do that. And then we'll go into the lounge and see what the actual time is.
Morning.
Morning, Mummy.
Hey, babe.
Hi.
How did you sleep?
Bad.
Bad.
Good.
Good.
Zoe, what would you like for breakfast? Nutella, Marmite, honey, or peanut butter? Peanut butter punch.
Morning routines during school time is a crazy morning, and thankfully I have an awesome daughter. Tess will do the lunch boxes, get Zoe dressed. I normally ask her to pack things for Zoe, so I know that they're done. And then we kind of do things together, or Tess has to do it on her own.
Would you like some for Joe in your lunch today? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Zoe has a syndrome called Wolf-Hirschhorn. It's very hard to explain. I would just explain that Zoe has a bit of her brain missing. That's why she can't talk as well as us.
How's that toast going down?
Bad.
Wolf-Hirschhorn is where they're missing part of their 4th chromosome. That was one of those random Mother Nature experiences. It wasn't anything that Bob and I are carrying.
Swimming?
So she would have developed it when she was 8 weeks as an embryo. When she was born, she didn't form her throat properly, so she was cleft palate. She had a hole in her heart as well. She was epileptic for many years and has fortunately grown out of that. She's got various issues with muscle development and bone development. Oops. We're very lucky with Zoe that she can feed herself. The coordination of using hands and forks and knives is very difficult for her. And so there's lots of symptoms that they can treat, but she'll never be cured of Wolf-Hirschhorn.
Boop. Boop.
Right, sweetheart, I'm going to go and have a shower, so I'm going to leave you guys to it.
Yeah.
There's your Weet-Bix, love. Tess, you okay? You're going to man the fort?
You finish your toast, please. I am. Good girl.
We have quite a structured day to try and get everything ready.
Hi, Daddy.
Want to know?
Bob's working a lot of evenings, and so he doesn't get home till very early hours in the morning. I try and get the girls to do their own thing so Bob can sleep that little bit longer and gets up a bit later to take them to school.
Good girl. Put that in.
Zoe can't do anything on her own. She doesn't know how to go to the toilet on her own. She doesn't know how to clean her teeth properly on her own. She doesn't know how to brush her hair, doesn't know how to get dressed.
Go. Me and Zoe are very close. I help her get dressed, she helps me get dressed. What would you like in your hair, Zoe? A pet. A pet? Yes. I love playing with hair. Any type of hair, whatever it is, I will do it.
Tess is my guardian angel. She's like Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way.
Very nice here, Zoe.
Tess is 2 years and 2 days younger than Zoe. It was a very different relationship when Tess was first born.
When Tess was born, Zoe had just started to walk. I think up here, she thought, yeah, man, yeah, I'm the big sister, I'm going to look after this girl, no problem at all.
Zoe really enjoyed those moments because she sort of helped Tess crawl and would help feed her. And then rapidly, Tess obviously overtook Zoe and became the older sister or the bigger sister.
1 or 2?
Now, I think Zoe prefers the role of being the smaller sister. You know, she gets away with a lot more, put it that way.
Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Don't stay here.
I can't stay here, I have to go to work.
Why work?
Why work?
Yeah.
Because I need to earn some money.
Rosa is the rock, and as a mum, she's awesome.
Bob, he's second to none, really, when it comes to those girls.
Daddy!
They love hanging out with him. But I'm quite serious. I try to be fun mum, but it doesn't work all the time. Teeth?
The equation doesn't quite work out for me being 3 against 1. You know, I really do try and get the girls on my side by making Rosa's life as difficult as possible sometimes.
As much as I moan about Bob, he is really awesome. He's a great guy. He's absolutely fantastic father. Statistically, having a disabled child raises those stats of being a single parent.
Awesome on the bottom.
Never for a minute do I take Bob for granted. He's definitely much the yin to my yang. He lacks stuff that I have, and I lack stuff that he has, and long may that continue.
Hey, Zoe, you have a good day at school? Zoe and me go to the same school. Zoe's in year 6, so she's only got 1 more year. Do you want me to drop you off? I'm year 5. I've got 2 years. I'll come and pick you up after school, Zoe. Normally, I will drop her off. I'm like, oh, I just want to stay here for 5 minutes to just make sure she's fine, and then I'll go to my classroom.
Right, we're going to do this one now. Show you what this one we're going to do. Yep.
Zoe has a teacher aide called Heather. She is a very nice lady. If Heather wasn't her teacher aide, then we wouldn't know exactly what to do.
Where's his mouth? Where's his mouth? His mouth has to go under here, doesn't it? If I write something, she will go over the top of it. That's the limit that we're at. But she knows words. She knows her letter starts with. What letter? Where's a Z for Zoe? Good girl. Where's an O? Where's an O? O. Where's an O? Good girl. And an E for elephant. Oh, here. Where's an E for elephant? Good girl. This is my 3rd year with her. I would like to carry on with Zoe if I could. This is her last year at Witherley, so hopefully next year when she goes to intermediate that I could follow with her, if they'll take me.
No.
Oh, okay. You don't want me to? No.
When Zoe first started, there was quite a few kids that didn't really get why she couldn't talk or why she was so tiny or why she had a bit of a different look. And they did a little story on Zoe and they put the story up in the different classrooms and got the teachers to explain the story and who Zoe was. One of the good things is that Zoe's maintained a little cluster of friends through her years at Witherley, but yeah, she just loves Tess. And Tess would do anything for Zoe and is very supportive and sticks up for her.
Where do you want to go? To sandpit? So normally, lunchtimes, Zoe will either come over to me or she will stay with her friends. Yeah, sometimes Zoe does come here by herself. She normally runs off without me, and then I'm like, well, where does she go? And I look around the whole school, and then I find her in here. If I hear somebody saying mean words to Zoe, I say, please don't say that. It's none of your business. Just go away and leave her alone and leave me alone. I don't like you saying that. I feel it will hurt Zoe's feelings, even if it doesn't show it, and it will really hurt my feelings.
I worry about Zoe moving into her next phase and going into a bigger school. She'll have a year at Bahawley on her own without Tess. I'm worried that she'll get bullied, she'll have to have a new teacher aide. She will have her classmates, but they might not necessarily all be in her class. So, yeah, there's a lot of things about that I'm apprehensive about.
Off the saddle, you don't need to hold on.
Zoe loves riding for the disabled. It's something that is hers and she's good at and she really enjoys. We got her own riding helmet and she's got little riding boots and jodhpurs and all kitted out and she looks super fancy.
We're going to practice our steering, so do you see those big orange cones there?
Yeah.
You're going to go round to the cones and you're going to weave rocket in and out, OK?
Out.
In and out, OK?
Okay.
All right, what do you say to rocket?
Right.
Good girl.
It's definitely got a lot more confidence with regards to animals. Everyday life, well, I mean, that's changing every day. Last year, she picked up Most Improved Rider. You know, there's every possibility that she's heading towards the Special Olympics, and that's our goal, definitely Zoe's. I mean, she loves riding.
Good job.
Don't hurry.
It's one of the benefits when I became a stay-at-home dad 5-6 years ago.
Sit up straight, Zoe. Good girl.
Gave me a lot more opportunity to witness the development of Zoe in programmes like this. You know, years 1 and 2, when she was a wee dot, we just didn't realise that she would give us so much pride. Oh dear, I'm going to cry.
Some slow bloom. What do you reckon? It's hard. Is that bum up high? Up to the roof? There you go, good girl. You feel high, don't worry, we've got you.
Dinner time.
We're going to make dinner. Do you want pizza? Excellent. What's this one?
Teddy.
Chicken. Good girl. Good job.
Love pizza.
Okay. One on there.
Yeah.
I got a letter today from your dietitian, and we need to have a follow-up meeting and make sure that you're putting on lots of weight, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I have bought not only mozzarella, but we've also got, what's this one?
What does that say?
That's your favourite one, isn't it? Brie.
Ray.
Yeah, so we need lots of cheese on your pizza.
Now.
Yeah, tonight, so we can help you put on some weight. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Her immune system's pretty rubbish, but she as a child is much stronger. And so one thing that we have to do is maintain her weight. So her body's dealing with colds and bugs and flu and all the rest of it as much as she can. So that is one concern with us, is that she'll, with her poor immune system, is that she'll pick up too many bugs and that's what will fail her in the end.
Carrots and cucumber.
We try not to put too much cotton wool around her or anything. She has to get bugs and to get stronger. You're going to eat all your salad first. But just to monitor it and make sure that we're not sort of pushing her too much, that she has enough rest, that she eats well, and that she's not forced into an environment where there'd be too much illness.
When Zoe came out of my mum's tummy, Mum couldn't hold her. They had to rush her straight to another doctor. My daddy has an extremely...
She was a month premature and very, very tiny. So we stayed in hospital for a couple of weeks, and while I was in there, I'd have to wait for the nurses to feed her properly. And when they came in to feed her as she was crying, the nurse saw that the back of her throat hadn't been formed properly. And they did some blood tests.
When the results came back and we sat with our paediatrician, who had the worst bedside manner, he gave us this sheet of paper with the explanation of Wolf-Hirschhorn and said, this is what Zoe's got.
On the piece of paper it was, she would look like she's got a face like a Greek warrior helmet with the eyes quite wide. Would say that she was mentally retarded, physically disabled, epileptic. He explained, if you have any questions, let us know, but it's likely that Zoe won't last a year.
Myself and Rosa looked at each other, looked at Zoe, and was just like, nah. Saying, nah.
So Bob and I decided that we would pretend that she didn't have she wouldn't have Wolf-Hirschhorn, and we wouldn't tell anyone, and it would just be our little secret. It was quite a long time before we really came to terms with it. And then it got to the point where it was actually really quite obvious that Zoe wasn't really growing. And so eventually it became just part of life, and that was just the way it was.
Hooray for Princess Pippa. Hooray for Prince George the Brave. Hooray! Mummy? Yep. See you in the morning, Zoe. Bye. What the... So in this big trash can is all of Zoe's paper that she likes to rip. She always goes under my bed because I have a stash of paper under my bed. Yeah. So she always goes under my bed to get around that thick of paper. And I sometimes catch her and I go, "Oi, what are you doing with my paper?" Yeah. So when she was a baby, she never let go of her thumbs till she was around 1 year old, and then she finally let go of them, and then her thumbs were bent. And we're letting her play with Play-Doh and play on her iPad because that helps her with her thumbs. So I love the weekends because I can have friends over, and all my friends are also very nice to Zoe. So my friends are a best friend to Zoe as well. Bit too big, maybe a bit tiny.
Socially, she's a very social child, loves being around other kids, likes playing and all the other things that an 11-year-old enjoys doing.
What?
Do I have legs?
No. Could I be a pet?
No. Not really, no.
Tess will make sure that Zoe is part of the game or whatever needs to be done.
Okay, Zoe's turn. 3, 2, 1.
What are you, Zoe?
Cow.
Yay!
It'd be nice if she could have a few more play dates, but I appreciate that it's probably quite hard for parents to take Zoe on and the responsibility of Zoe. So we try and have some play dates here, but it's very tiring for Zoe, again, having people come over. So it's just getting that balance right of fun and rest.
Okay, Okay, Zoe. Let it go, Zoe. Sometimes if it's like every single day, it will get annoying because it's kind of like Zoe stealing my friends from me. It doesn't happen that often, but I'm fine with her doing it as long as it's not every day.
Tess is pretty brilliant, but she's 9, and I think sometimes she knows that she needs her time out. I think that's really mature and sensible than constantly having that pressure and not giving yourself the time out and then letting it get on top of you and resenting it. And so at the weekends, we separate them for a little bit. We let them chill out in their rooms, whether they're on their iPad or whether they're reading a book or doing some colouring. Also, Tess has different activities that she does, like gymnastics, swimming, boxing, which Zoe isn't involved in. Tess got into gymnastics a couple of years ago, and it's kind of a real social network for her. And a bit of connection with friends from school and then friends from other schools in Blenheim too.
What?
Do you want to do some yoga with me?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so what do we do first? Stretch nice up, look up at your hands. Give it a nice big smile. Deep breath in. And back down. That's it. How good does that feel?
Better.
Better?
Yeah.
High five. Good job. We try and do it a little bit more often because it's really good for her legs. And we need to sort of work with her knee because she has a bit of a tendency to hop when she runs. Do you enjoy yoga with Mummy?
No.
No. Do you enjoy doing things with Mummy?
No.
No.
Daddy.
Just with Daddy?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
She just loves water, especially if it's warm water. She started off in the bath and then just lying down on her back, and she was like, swim, swim, swim.
Mentally for Zoe, activities like swimming and riding are immensely important. That increases the level of independence that she can have. She can learn to swim, then enables us to say, look, this is your doing, Zoe. It's not us doing it, it's you doing it. And that's the biggest thing with Wolf-Hirschhorn, is there's hope, and you've just got to let them do what they do when they do it. They will do it. Might not be today, might not be in a year, might not be 2, but they will do it.
I'm glad that she has her own things, because if she didn't have anything, or if she just did stuff like me, I thought it would be a bit boring and a bit not fun. Stay on the concrete, Zoe. I am. Sometimes I can get a bit lonely, but then I just say, Zoe, do you want to play this? She will say yes or no. If she does say no, I'll just think of another game to play, or I'll just have to do it by myself. So you're going to be Charlie or Coco? Coco? Yes. We love making plays a comedy one, because if it wasn't comedy, wouldn't it be funny? It wouldn't be enjoyable. I want to make plays with comedy in it. So, we're going to do a play for Mum. Oh, what? You excited? No. Yes, you are. So we'll be walking, and then we'll find some random stuff, and then we're going to play with that stuff. And then suddenly, we're going to be we've swapped bodies. Yeah. Okay. Turn. What? Turn. A bird. Mom. What? Why am I wearing this? What happened?
They do have moments where they're not as happy with each other in that particular time, but it's really few and far between.
Zoe.
Tess gets quite frustrated because Zoe doesn't really know how to play in a normal sibling relationship. You know, certain things that they want to do, like if they want to colour, Zoe will often colour on Tess's picture and that will drive Tess nuts. But she won't do it to annoy Tess, she's just doing it because that's how she plays.
Lights, camera, action. Hey, Coco, wait. Whoa. Ha. Why am I in Charlie's body? We've got to tell Mum. Yeah. Come on.
Zoe has really taught all of us a lot more patience. Don't get me wrong, I still have my moments where I am the most impatient person. I've come to the end of my tether.
What an amazing thing to have at a moment like this.
But that's life and that's normality. And I think at the end of the day, if we can all tell each other that we love each other and give each other a kiss and a hug, it's a good day. Oh, you're crazy. Well done, guys. Well done, you. Did you have fun? Did you swap bodies? No. Oh.
Who fancies a sit down?
If it was just me, Bob and Zoe, I don't think Zoe would be who she is now. I think Tess has really contributed a lot to how Zoe has progressed. I certainly think that Bob and I have worked very well with Zoe. School works well with Zoe. I think riding, music, swimming, everyone works really well with Zoe, but Tess helps knot all of that together. For Tess, Zoe's obviously drawn out all that positive energy that Tess has and all the good things that make Tess a good person.
Just love the fact that we have two daughters that are pretty cool to each other. The bond that Zoe and Tess have it's unbreakable.
I love her to the moon and back, 1,000 infinity. I always want me and Zoe to be best friends. No matter what, we will still be best friends. Always, 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 always be best friends.
I have a huge amount of love and respect and pride for my girls. But yeah, I love both of them. Don't make me cry. Yeah, no, it's good.
Attitude was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.